Assalamu alaikum. This is the second video regarding explanation of the first chapter in your class 9 English book. As you can see here, the name of the chapter is The Last Sermon, and I'll try to repeat myself as much as I can so you guys don't miss out on anything. If you have any questions, then write them down quickly, and once you have watched the video, we can then discuss any issues that you might have in the interactive session. Before we move further, let's review our previous lesson. As you can see, I have made a list of the important points that we discussed earlier. Before the advent of Islam, the Arabian Peninsula was a lawless place. People were treated on the basis of how strong their tribe was or how rich and powerful they were. For example, a person who did not belong to a large and powerful tribe was considered weak and not treated with respect. Women were considered inferior to men, and inferior means someone who is not equal to, like what we call kamtar in Urdu. Women were not given any share in inheritance, and when a female child was born in a family, it was sometimes even buried alive to get rid of it. When the Holy Prophet ﷺ started preaching, the people of Makkah refused to accept Islam and they turned against him. They started mistreating the Holy Prophet ﷺ and the Muslims, and the people of Makkah were actually afraid that if they accepted Islam, then it would mean that their ancestors were fools who believed in false gods. Actually, this was because they were afraid because their own self-esteem or respect in society was based on the respect of their ancestors. For example, if somebody said कि भाई my ancestor was this famous person, then he would automatically be respected. But if somebody's ancestors were proved to be someone who was not intelligent enough to identify his own creator, then he would be made fun of. Due to the mistreatment by the people of Makkah, the Holy Prophet ﷺ asked the Muslims to migrate to Medina and then migrated himself along with his faithful friend Hazrat Abu Bakr radhiyallahu anhu. In Medina, the Holy Prophet ﷺ created the first Islamic society that was based on the principles of Islam. He taught the Muslims how to live their lives according to the commands of Allah, and taught the people in Medina what it meant to be honorable men, how they could live their lives as honorable people. Okay, now moving on with the chapter. As you can see on your screens, I have made a list of the events and points that we are going to discuss today, inshallah. I'll give you 15 more seconds to view them and then move on. So please just read them carefully, and if you haven't read them all before the screen changes, don't worry. I'll discuss them again later. Alright? So your time starts now. Read them carefully. Alright, moving on. Now, 10 years after the migration to Medina, the Holy Prophet ﷺ went to Makkah to perform Hajj. He was accompanied by thousands of Muslims when he entered Makkah. Some historians even say that almost 1 lakh Muslims attended the last sermon of the Holy Prophet ﷺ at Mount Arafat. This event is also called the conquest of Makkah, what we call Fatah Makkah today. And accompanied means हम सफ़र होना, किसी के साथ जाना. In the last sermon, the Holy Prophet ﷺ told the Muslims about the oneness of Allah. He told them that there is only one God, Allah, and that none share His power, which means that He alone has complete power over everything. The Holy Prophet ﷺ also told the Muslims that each and every human is equal. The only thing that makes a person better than others is the goodness of his heart. None can claim to be better than others on the basis of wealth or blood or family, like the Arabs used to do in the old days. For example, if a person is born in a wealthy family, he cannot claim that he is better than a person who is poor. Or if a person is born in a family that is famous for due to any reason. For example, if a person is a prince, like a king's son, and he cannot say, okay, since I am the king's son, I am better than a person, I'm better than somebody else, just because he is a poor guy, or he is the son of a laborer or something similar. So this is what the Arabs used to do. So the Holy Prophet ﷺ told the Muslims that this was not acceptable, and this does not have any. I mean, have this does not have any weightage in the eyes of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. The Holy Prophet ﷺ also said that all Muslims are brothers among themselves, and that they should behave accordingly. No Muslim should consider another Muslim to be inferior just on the basis of his financial status, color, or family. As we discussed earlier, I mean, as I said, no one can say कि I am better just because uh, I am fair. By fair, I mean Gora. I mean, nobody can say कि that person is not. I mean, that person is a very inferior person because he's black, or that person is poor, so he should not be treated properly. I mean, this is not this is not an acceptable behavior on the. I mean, from a Muslim. The Holy Prophet ﷺ told us. He made it very clear that financial status, or a person's skin color, or a person's family ties they have absolutely no weightage as far as the person's respect is concerned. If you want to respect somebody, he can only earn respect on the basis of his actions, on the basis of his deeds, how good he is with others. Last but not the least, the Holy Prophet ﷺ told the Muslims about the importance of the Holy Quran and the Hadith. He said that as long as we live our lives according to the teachings of the Quran and the Hadith, we can never go wrong. Okay, now we come to the tricky part. I hope you have understood the chapter, but if you have any questions, then you can ask them in the interactive session once the video ends. Before we move on to the interactive session, here are some questions that I want you guys to attempt in your copies. But keep in mind that these questions are specifically designed to challenge your understanding of the chapter. Alright, they have got nothing to do with the notes that I am going to provide you separately. Alright, I will provide you the notes of this chapter separately. They are completely different and are targeted specially for your board exams. But these questions, I have made them to challenge your understanding. By challenge your understanding, I mean if you have really understood the chapter, only then you will be able to write down the answers, and try to write down the answers yourself. Alright, because that will help you. I mean, that will really help you with understanding it. Alright, so as you can see here, I have made a list of the important quotes from the chapter that can be used for RTC questions in your exams. RTC questions are reference to context questions, in which the examiner can give you a line and ask you which chapter is this line from, who is saying these words, and to whom were these words spoken to, and what is the speaker trying to say. They can be different questions. Anyway, so before you start worrying about where the question answers are, let me tell you that the RTC question answers will be provided to you along with the notes of this chapter. These in this slide, I am only showing you the important quotes that can be used to make questions. Alright, so go through them carefully. and just keep them in mind. Alright, time to wrap this up. Here's your homework. Note it down and try to complete it before the next session. Make sure you guys read the next chapter before you join me in the upcoming lecture. Otherwise, you're gonna have problems understanding it. The next chapter is quite different from the first one. So make sure you read the chapter Shabdul Latif, and inshallah you're going to have an easier time understanding it. Good luck. Allah Hafiz.